Who's I just listening to talk about this? And I've talked about this with Joseph. Maybe it was garage strength. Maybe he was talking about it too, where it's like Joseph was asking me about like we're just talking about basics, and I see a 5-3-1 forever on here.
Mhm.
And I was like, yes, dude, yes. But we were just talking about like when is strength no longer an advantage, or like
Mhm.
when is like getting, I would just say like getting jacked, I think like getting super strong and
Yeah.
putting on some muscle is a disadvantage. And it's like I think the obvious answer is like when it starts to inhibit your performance in your
Yeah.
sport is like a very easy like duh. But an interesting thing, I think Joseph and I talked about this a little bit, and then I was listening to Dane or Garage Strength, Dane Miller's podcast, and he was saying like maybe I'm misthinking who I heard this from, but it's like when the time it takes to get stronger outdoes or outpaces or out requires the time it takes to do your sport. Like getting up to like a 400-pound squat, there's like benefits in terms of like how much force you produce and how strong your legs and tendons are, like all that stuff. Like you get benefits from that. And for like an average sized guy, it's not the hardest thing to get to a 400-pound squat,
Mhm.
right? Like a trained college athlete, that's not
You're right.
out of the picture for most of them. But to go from 400 to 500, you now have to start like specializing more into
Right.
squatting as like almost its own sport. And that I think can start to take away. And I think to like the overall point of like when is strong too much is like when you start not performing the same in your sport, which can just mean like I'm spending so much time trying to get stronger and bigger
Mhm.
that I'm under, like I can't recover and I'm tired and sore and I have to take time away from my sport.
Yeah.
And then I start doing my sport worse to chase over these goals that are not my sport.
Right.
And then that is like, okay, well, yeah. And then I think is the only conclusion I can come to in my head is then why don't we go right up to that line? Like,
Mm.
why are we not just going up to that line for everyone? Like, why not be as strong and muscular as possible while doing your sport and improving in your sport? What
Right.
would be your, like, if you had to take the devil's advocate to that point, what would it be?
I mean, if you're saying if the athlete's still improving in their sport, I feel like there is no argument against that because 'cause they're still improving their sport, but the rate of improvement maybe is looking
Oh,
at that.
okay.
So it's like, is it
Hmm.
impeding their rate of improvement? Let's say
Oh,
someone.
like they're still improving, but it's just slower.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
And right, like let's say this is a NCAA athlete and they have a timeline of 4 years, and it's like, well, they can make it to be like NCAA champion by the end of the 4 years, but will they get there if we're slowing down that rate of improvement?
Oh, by getting stronger or focusing
Yeah. And
on strength training.
but at that same time, it's like, well, are they still gonna get there? Is there is their rate of recovery, like, getting in the way? Like, is strength training getting in the way of their rate of
Yeah.
recovery for their sport and all that? Which I can see, like, I was having this conversation with someone
Hmm.
because, like, I was listening to a podcast and it was a runner, a recreational runner was like talking in it, but he
Yeah.
wasn't the focus of the podcast. But he mentioned something along the lines of he doesn't do a lot of upper body because he doesn't need to as a runner, which I think I would oppose that. And I'm like, well, you need to have good posture. You need to have the overall like strength in your body. I think it's Buddy Morris that talked about it. I heard in like one of his older videos that he had where he calls it the whole organism, where it's like you have to be complete as an athlete, like upper and lower body.
Yeah.
And I think when runners say that, I'm like, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do agree that the degree of
Sure.
upper body training is lesser for
Yeah.
you.
Not as
Um,
needed. Yeah.
exactly. And then
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I look at some like the endurance athletes I work with, and they are like one of them is shorter. Right? And it's just like, well, he puts on muscle like
Oh, yeah, we
a
were talking about this
mofo,
kid.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like I think doing upper body training for him, like typical push-ups, dumbbell bench
Uh-huh.
variations, all that, overhead pressing variations takes a bigger effect on him in terms of recovery, but also
Yeah.
like lack of mobile, like all that stuff. And then just oxygen consumption because
Yeah.
of how much muscle he has. So his is like I have to take a different approach with him, which is interesting. But now I'm diverging from
Hmm.
your original question. I just think that looking at the rate of recovery,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, if someone has a tight timeline,
Yeah.
then rate of recovery becomes a big thing. If we know they're not gonna be like a professional after and
Sure.
all that, but
Yeah. That's so interesting. I didn't even think about the slowing down. Like, are we like, we may not be turning around their sport performance, but we could be slowing it down. The follow-up question I would have, I think, is like, even if we slow down the rate of improvement for their sport performance, are we increasing their organism resilience in a way that is more meaningful in terms of like effectiveness in their sport and or resilience to injury that makes up for the
yeah.
potential for increasing at their sport faster. So like if I reduce their rate of getting better by point 0.2, whatever that number is,
Mhm,
some fake number, but I increase their resiliency by like point 0.5, is
mhm.
that delta more worth it? Because like, if they get injured, like, if they're not doing strength
Yeah,
training, like, I'm sure a lot of athletes like, I shouldn't I'm doing this sport, why do I need to strength train?"
yeah,
It's like, well, you could get really good at your sport really fast because they have all this time to do it.
yeah,
But if you get injured all the time as a result of not being a strong enough organism,
yeah,
then your rate of improvement is meaningless to me
yeah,
because you're always fucking injured. I'm sure you have athletes that are injured a lot,
yeah,
and, who knows the reason why, but I'm always curious, like, yeah, like, what don't I don't know. I think I just get stuck in my head of, like,
mhm,
make the organism the most resilient thing you can, and then they get really good at their sport,
mm,
and then, Bob's your uncle, everything's good.
right,
But, yeah, I don't know. It's like it's super simple and then it gets really complicated.
yeah,
Like, it's like, yeah, we can sit here and be like, obviously, we need to be the organism needs
yeah,
to be complete,
yeah,
and we need to practice our sport. We get better at both those things.
right,
Great. And then I feel like you ask like 2 questions in and you're like, "Well,
right,
we don't really know."
yeah,
Because like, what is the clear answer to that? Like, is there a clear answer in your head of that? Of like, how resilient do we make them versus, like, how much is it worth pulling their potential for getting better at their sport back to make them more resilient and,
mhm.
like, you know
Yeah, 'cause that's where, like, the cool things come in when you work with someone. Because it's like, are they someone who's gonna be just an not just, but gonna be an NCAA athlete and that's it? Or
Mhm.
are they someone who's gonna become a forever athlete like Tom Brady, where they're
Yeah.
making it all the way, like, into their
23 se
50s? Yeah,
Yeah.
LeBron James type of thing. So
Mhm.
now we have a whole different scenario we're looking at.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at, like, one of the coaches that I've talked to before, who his perspective is he doesn't have a lot of time to develop athletes because they all go into NBA draft and
Mm.
combine right away. He's like, I get an athlete for
Oh.
1 year and they're either entering the transfer portal and leaving, or because they're so talented, they go into the NBA
Yeah.
combine and try to go straight into the NBA. So his thing, he's like, he's not trying to correct anything. He's just having them come in, getting strong, doing basic shit
Yeah.
on machines and all that,
Yeah.
and getting them out, which is like, well, okay, like, anyone would be like, why aren't you having college basketball athletes jumping or doing any jump training? It's like, well, they do that in practice
Yeah, they jump all the
and
time.
I have limited time. So it's like, you got to
Mm.
give and take. So I think that's where conversations like that happen, where it's like, how much time do you have with them?
Mhm.
Where is their potential? Can you increase their potential with strength training? Can you not? And then, like, you know,
Yeah.
it's always so interesting. And it's also too, like, with the athlete things too, like what their belief is. Cause some of them go
Yes.
in
Yeah.
thinking like, this shit's gonna impede me, and
Yeah.
it's a NCAA requirement. I have to be here.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, some
Oh.
of them are like that, and, I'm like, "Whatever, you have your beliefs, like,
Yeah.
and I'll try to kind of give you mine and
Mhm.
hopefully come to an understanding,"
Sure.
but I some people are more hard-headed,
Yeah.
and there's other athletes go in there, they're like, "I know this is gonna, like, make me better," so it's always interesting.
How
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the athlete stuff, so thinking about that stuff's really fun, like, you remember Adam, who we did a CrossFit workout or a, High Rocks workout with?
yeah,
Okay, I'm writing his plan right now for a solo High Rocks he's doing in December in Anaheim,
fun.
and that has been really fun.
Yeah,
Just, like, playing around with that plan and, like, he's an athlete,
Mhm.
because he's a person and he's trying to compete in this thing. Um, and, yeah, just, like, thinking about that and, like, how much, volume he can take. Because
Yeah.
in the world of Gen Pop, I don't have to really these
Right.
people go sit down for
Right.
8 hours a day, and they eat, and they sleep, and they're
Yeah.
not studying for, the college, they're not in college, they're not, like he's
Yeah.
just, like, a dude who
Yeah.
wants to do this high rock, so it's been really fun to, like, think about that and write that plan
Yeah.
and be like, just figure all that out.
Yeah.
It's been a blast, but, just, I guess, turning that towards, like, Gen Pop, I do you brought up something about runners
Mhm.
not wanting upper body, and I
Mhm.
do wanna make this statement to the public of runners who are not serious runners. And by not serious, I just mean, like, it's a hobby. Like, you sign up for Ks, 10Ks, halves,
Yeah.
full marathons, but as, like, a non-professional athlete or not even striving to be a professional
Mhm.
athlete, your strength training is not going to interrupt your running. Please strength train. You have to lift heavy shit,
Yeah.
and you don't need to be doing, like, a bunch of really light reps and not lifting heavy stuff. So I just wanted to make a quick PSA
Yeah.
because that is the most common general population hobbyist athlete. Like you were saying, like, some of your athletes kind of just have to meet them where they're at and
Yeah.
tell them what you believe and kind of try to meet in the middle. There's a couple populations of people who still think that traditional strength training, it just doesn't, our sport's different. It just doesn't apply to
Yeah.
us. And it's cyclists, runners, and soccer players.
Yes. Soccer
It
players,
just
yeah,
like,
always want the
and the big one, I mean, just like golden flag I have is the youth athlete we have at
Mhm.
Block, who
Yeah.
we've had for like 4 years,
Yeah.
and he just loves lifting so heavy,
Yeah.
and it's made him really strong playing soccer
Yeah.
and has not interfered with any of his playing,
Mhm.
and, yeah, this kid just, I mean, gets after it
Yeah.
and lifts really heavy, and but yeah, something about soccer, cycling, and, running is
Yeah.
just like, remember we were talking about how, I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast or maybe I sent it to you or maybe it was the 3 of us, you, me, and Carmen were talking about it, but it was like, "You're not special." Like, you're not an edge case athlete. Maybe it was were we talking about that?
Maybe.
Maybe I talked about it with Carmen with food, but now I can't remember because my brain doesn't work correctly, but it was like so many. Maybe it was Carmen, but it was like so many people want to do the, like, edge case nutrition stuff and the edge case
Yeah.
exercise stuff, and it's like, you're not LeBron James. You're
Yeah.
not Tom Brady.
Right.
You're not Saquon Barkley. To be clear, Saquon Barkley does the basics,
So does,
very heavy.
yeah. So
Le
does other 2
Yeah,
too.
LeBron
Yeah.
and Brady, but
Michael Jordan,
yeah,
all
yeah, the
his videos, he's
basics.
like overhead
Yeah.
pressing dumbbells, benching.
Yeah, Usain Bolt, he
Mhm.
does the basics. He did the basics very heavy, but it's like people think they're the edge case, and it's like no offense to anyone. Like I'm not an edge case athlete. She's not an edge case
Yeah.
athlete. None of us are edge case athletes. And if you're sitting there wondering, am I an edge case athlete? If you're not in a multi-million-dollar house and professional,
Yeah.
you're not an edge case athlete because we find that out when they're in like seventh grade and they're beating all of the high schoolers. So yeah, I just like I wish people were okay feeling ordinary in the gym and like being
Yeah.
like, wow, what if I just got like really good at the basic stuff
Yeah.
and got into like good cardiovascular health and was like strong and put on some good muscle, it would make such a difference for like all their sports for
Right.
so many people. Like if we like, in like women's sports in high school, none of them get access to the gym time like men's
Yeah.
football does. And I like that's the other sports probably don't either, but like baseball and men's basketball get more gym time.
Yeah.
But there's just like this vacuum where so many people are just like, oh well, we don't need to lift because
Yeah.
whatever reason. But I guess my tirade was just like I wish people would feel okay being in the like the middle
Yeah.
and being like, "Oh, I actually," it's because I think it's so freeing and so simple where
Yeah.
it's like, I actually just need to do the basic stuff really well, and I will get all of the things that I think I want to have,
Right.
which is like a body you like looking at better, that operates better, and you can eat relatively normal food 80% of the time. and
Right.
be totally fine. And what people actually come in and do is like, "What about this, like, niche thing? What about this, like, contralaterally loaded, front foot elevated curtsy squat that you're not having me do? Don't you think I would get my results if I did that?" And it's like, "I can't. No. What are
Uh-huh.
you no, just please
Yeah.
do the lunges I'm having you do with heavier weights for, like, the next 6 weeks, and then we can, like, rotate that stuff in." But we're
Yeah.
not even, like, covering the basic grounds, and we're, like, already wanting to get into, like, niche shit. I don't know. I don't know what that rant was about per se, but just, like, yeah, just being okay with being average and doing, like, the normal shit all the time and, like, getting really good at it.
Yeah. Oh,
And I wish people knew that. All my runners, please, please stop asking me why I'm having you do, calf raises with more than 10-pound dumbbells. It's gonna drive me crazy.
yeah.
If I see people do calf raises with nothing, no injuries, no problems, no
I
nothing,
did weight
and it's
calf
just some
raises the
hits
other
it
day,
oh, day.
not gonna lie.
Why?
I have poor balance, so I'm trying to work on balance stuff. Just like single leg. I was like, I hold a weight and I'm like fucking falling
Just
over.
put your hand on something.
I do. I have one hand here. And then when I put a weight here,
You're
I'm like
still
tipping
falling.
over.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
my balance is unreal.
Guys, apparently I'm here to roast Day on accident. I'm
Should I
like, if you're training calves like a bitch, don't.
I'm
Day's
like,
like,
I'm over here
oops.
training calves like a bitch. Should we do an
Uh,
intro?
oh yeah, we have to do an intro.
Yeah.
What is the intro? The intro is welcome to Unscripted Strength, our podcast. The hiatus is over because Day has finished her
Yeah.
semester of working on her PhD, which Day can explain more about how fun that was.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome to the podcast. The plan is, I think I said this last time, and I'll say this every time, to make this more consistent weekly so we can get these out and then have people come on and talk about cool stuff and just talk about training and fitness stuff that anyone wants to talk about. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. As always, please subscribe and like and comment on this because that's how other people see it. And we want other people to see it because apparently we like when people listen to us. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Now Dave's gonna talk about how excited she is to be done with
Oh,
her
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
semester.
I think in the last episode you were like, "Yeah, we're gonna be more consistent with this,
Mhm.
right, Day?" And I said like, "No."
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I think you did say no.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You were like, "Stop.
I'm
We
like,
have to
"I
wait, dude.
can't.
Don't do
I
this.
can't. I can't."
Don't say that again."
But yeah, it's been really freeing the past few days, texting people back, grabbing lunch, dinner, me and Marley watch a movie every night. I feel so good right now. It's crazy though, because like throughout the semester, like, the first few weeks, like, I don't really notice it, and then as the weeks are going on, I'm like, I'm spending 6 to 8 hours studying. That's not including doing lab work. That's not including working. That's not including
Whoa.
and so I felt like
Just in this room or
in this room or in the library on
Mm,
campus,
mhm.
so I try to beat traffic, right? So I try to get to the campus library pretty early, so I would wake up, I would run in the morning or just go straight to study, and I'm studying up until class, which starts at 9. So it would be like from 5 to 9, right? And then class is happening, so now I have to retain that new information. Then after class, if I had lab work, I'd go do lab work, but if not, then I'm going back to the library to learn what I just to review what I just learned. So it's like this and it's a everyday class. So it's constantly
It's
just
every
it
day?
was every day, yeah.
What class
Um,
was it?
so in the physiology department in the program, your first semester, your fall semester, you
Mhm.
take something called 503, which is like molecular and cellular physiology. You're learning everything at the molecular and cellular level. And then the next semester, it's systems physiology. So now we're learning all the systems. So it's like 2 weeks you're doing respiratory system, 2 weeks GI, which is when we talked about
Yeah,
diarrhea.
diarrhea. Fuck yeah,
Two
dude.
week 2 to 3 weeks was cardio, renal, and we ended off with endocrinology and reproductive system. So
Oh, so you can
that
help me on my steroid journey.
I'm here. Endocrinology is uh the area I like the most,
Mm,
because that's kind of like what my research is, like
mhm,
the neuroendocrine responses, which has to do a lot with stress responses. So
mhm.
I really like that stuff. And then the reproductive part was only 3 lectures. And like never took time to learn about, like, the menstrual cycle and stuff. So when
Mhm.
people talk about, like, the luteal phase, I have no fucking idea. I don't know the different phases. I don't know anything. So and then it sucks too because I work with a lot of female athletes, and they'll ask me, like, how does your body change throughout throughout the month, through
Yeah,
this phase? Like, do you normally feel stronger, weaker?
yeah, and you're like,
I
"I don't know,
I
doc, how you
no
feeling?"
fucking idea, bro. I have no idea how this shit works. So
You're like, "I don't deal with that lame shit, get to work."
and it's so bad because I didn't even know, like, the names of the different phases. I didn't
Uh-huh.
know how many phases there were. It is so bad. Especially I just finished year 2 of this physiology program, and I had no idea of anything. No, I know. It was only 3 days, but the professor did a really good job going over all that information.
Today,
Now
how am I supposed to feel in my luteal phase?
I don't know, but I know the luteal phase is day 14 to 28.
You're like, "I still don't fucking
I don't
know,
know how you're
but"
supposed to feel. I could tell you that the major hormone is progesterone coming
Yeah,
from the corpus luteum. I can tell
cool.
you that, but I can't tell you how you're supposed to feel.
Hell yeah.
I know that personally, I'm super sleepy a week before my menstrual cycle
There we
starts.
go.
Like, when I say sleepy, like, my eyelids have a hard time, like, staying open. Like,
You're just asleep.
it is insane. Like, it's hard honestly, it's, like, hard for me to walk. Like, if I were to go from here to the bathroom across the hall,
Just sleeping.
it's, like, takes everything out. It's, like, really insane.
Whoa.
Yeah, I feel like I drag ass, like, it's so bad. So that's why, like, me and Carmen were talking about this other day. I always get so conflicted about different people saying things about how to train around your period
Mhm,
because some people are saying it doesn't matter.
mhm,
And I'm like, okay. And then there's the other side where they're like, it does matter. Like, women are different and there's
mhm.
this and that. And I'm like, I don't I don't know what the research says because I truly do not read research like
Sure.
women's research, women's health stuff.
They hates women.
I really do, yeah. But like I just know for myself, there are certain times in the month where I cannot train. Like
Mhm.
I can't even fucking walk. Like,
Yeah, to the bathroom
without
without
wanting to
falling
like
asleep on the
pass out.
toilet.
Maybe that's a nutrition issue.
Yeah,
Maybe that's a I don't know. But I just know that I personally like do alter
sure.
my training and I also base my training off of how I feel. So if I feel like shit one day, I'm like my training's
Y
modified based on that. But yeah, so that's why I'm always so conflicted with those two different claims. So I'm
Sure.
like, I don't know what's right, what's wrong.
Yeah.
Like I don't think women should train completely different from men, but
Mhm.
I can't say that the menstrual cycle doesn't have
Doesn't
it.
affect it,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a big fan of, Dr. Alyssa Olenek.
Mm,
Last year at the Coach 'em Up conference, she was like a keynote speaker, and she did a huge part on the menstrual cycle.
mm.
Now, I am a guy and dumb, so obviously I did not I knew there were phases, but similarly, I had no idea. They've got phases. Sometimes they're bleeding, sometimes they're not
Yeah.
bleeding. There's a lot in between. My wife's happy for a week at a time. So,
Exactly, yeah.
that's about where we're at.
Yeah.
But I know some more than that, but her thing I thought was really interesting was like a middle ground of the 2 teams, and, it's just when she said it, I was like, "Oh, I guess that kinda makes sense." They're just like auto-regulation.
Mm.
When you are in the sleepy phase,
Yeah.
as it's known in the textbooks, you can't train as hard,
Yeah,
so don't,
exactly, yeah.
and, like, she, like, has this, really cool infographic that's like a self I think it was like a self-reporting energy during the same time on like a menstrual cycle from different women, and it was all different. Some people really like
Yeah.
training in their luteal phase, some people don't like training, some people
Yeah.
feel really good, some people feel weak, some people feel this. So it's like you don't have to write a different plan. You just have to
Yeah.
auto-regulate, which is kinda just like life,
Right.
and I think when because I work primarily with women, when they ask me, I normally just kind of point to that. I normally, because everyone's got an Instagram, will be like, please go follow Dr. Alyssa
Yeah.
Olenek on Instagram and listen to what she says. And I'm just gonna say what she says, which is if you're feeling shitty, don't.
Right.
If you feel like you can lift hard, do, and that's all I got for you. And yeah, I'm not, it's like I have to write 4 different weeks of planning? And then,
Oh,
like, oh my okay, I think about this sometimes because 'cause I've had people say this to me of like, "Well, you're a trainer, like, you should know, like, how to train women." And it's like, okay, next time I do an intake on a woman who's, um, premenopause, who's
yeah.
still having a period, in our intake, I'm gonna say, "Hey, can you share your period calendar with me so that I know when you're on cycle
Like
and I can adjust your training?" Do you know how fucking insane that is? Could you imagine if I was out here asking women when they're on their period and when their menstrual cycle
Yeah.
is so that I
Like,
would look so weird, dude.
during your menstrual cycle, what size tampon do you use? And then that'll give you, like, all the information. Ultra, you're tired. You're fucking bleeding out.
Ultra
Regular,
Plus? Oh, fuck,
oh, bro.
dude. Someone call the IV clinic. We need help. She can't get up.
Regular tampon, you're good. You
You're
can
fine,
push.
dude.
You're,
Shut up.
yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. So yeah, I think I didn't say that to this person because I didn't think being a sarcastic twat in the moment was like the right choice to be like, "Oh yeah, let's play this out."
Yeah.
The next 35-year-old who comes in to see my dumbass behind the
Yeah.
counter, you know, like I fucking look,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Hey, tell me when your fucking period is, lady." That's gonna come across fucking great.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty good at having hard, like, awkward conversations. There's no way that's going well, dude.
Yeah.
There's no way. I feel like I could know someone for 6 months, and if I'm like, "Tell me when your period is," obviously, I probably wouldn't say it like that, but it's just not gonna land, dude.
Yeah.
Especially, dude, like, to your point, I was like, "Hey, what size tampons do you use?"
There we go. That's the right answer.
Day 1, what size tampons do you use? Day 2, does it come down a little bit? You feel
Yeah.
better? Great,
I was
cool,
like,
dude.
wow, he really, like,
Are you going through
cares.
4 of them, 6 of them? What are we thinking
He
here?
understands.
Yeah, dude, that would be crazy. Dude, the way Joseph would be like, "You're fired. Get the fuck
Done. You're done. You're done.
you can't go around asking our clients when their period
Yeah.
is. Unhinged. Like,
Right.
they told me to. They said I have to."
She just learned about the menstrual cycle, and this is important, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's just crazy. Who knew?
Yeah, so welcome to our
Yeah,
podcast.
welcome,
We're back,
welcome.
motherfuckers. No, are we gonna make this more regular?
Yes,
Yes,
now I
dude, we're
could say
back.
yes confidently.
We're back.
Cause yeah, now 6 to 8 hours of my day is cleared up, and
Yeah.
then I mean, leading up to exams, it sounds
Chaos.
insane, like, but how much time I would study.
Yeah,
It
it does sound insane.
And you know what?
You're right.
It's not like, "Oh, the class is so hard." It's not that like, it was a difficult class.
Yeah.
Everyone who's taken the class will say the same thing, but it is truly a me issue, like, how s 1, a mixture of, like, how slow I learn and also, like, how I feel it's, like, anxiety around it, like, I feel like I need to know every detail they said, or else I cannot walk into an exam without like, let's say I studied and I didn't learn, like, every detail.
Uh-huh.
When I would go into the test, I would blank because, like, that's how my brain works. It's like I have to go in there knowing that I know like, they can't throw a curveball. And my brain is
Whoa.
like, "Okay, like, we're not gonna just completely go off on you."
What was your craziest study day?
Mm,
Do you have one where you went to bed and you were like, "What the fuck did I just
yeah.
do?"
Yeah. I mean, like, it wasn't just one. I would say, like, every time leading to up to an exam, I would wake up at, like, 3:30. I would start studying it by 3:45, and I wasn't done till the evening. Like, I would go to bed at 9, and it's the whole day. Maybe I would take, like, an hour to work out or something like that, but it was the whole day sitting on that chair. Usually, that was the weekends, and I would just sit there. I would put, like, my phone do not disturb, I would put my phone down, and I'm just and so, like, if you
What you
look
yeah, what do you study? Oh
so,
my
like
god, yo, you gotta show the camera, dude.
so this is one exam.
Holy
Yeah, so
shit.
this is one exam, and that's not including the notes I would write. So each exam, I have a folder of, like, 50 pages of notes. I would re-listen to every lecture in, like, slow-mo, and, like, a slower speed so that I can get everything, and then I would write notes on all of it, and the crazy thing is, There's just some stuff I cannot understand. I'm like,
Mhm.
"What is this professor saying?" So, because I had the lecture note I had the, like, lecture recorded,
Let me see one of
um
those bad boys.
yeah, I don't know which ones you wanna see, they're all there. Because, like, I had all the lectures recorded, I had the Flow Notes app, so it would give me, like, summary notes.
Uh-huh.
I would take those summary notes, put it into ChatGPT, and I would write, "Create a story for me based on this.
Oh, that's
I don't
smartest. That's really
understand it."
smart. I like
And
that.
so, like, there was one on calcium homeostasis. And I'm like, "What the fuck is
Yeah,
this
easy
guy
topic, I know
talking
it.
about?" Like, I don't understand, like, he went, like, 80 different directions, and I'm like, "I cannot comprehend this."
Yeah.
And then I put the notes and the recording notes into ChatGPT, and it was like, "The Calcium Kingdom." It is
Yes,
and
dude.
it just made it into, like, this fairy tale story. "The protectors of the calcium, FGF-23, OPG, calcitonin, and pituitary hormones, like, are the ones that are regulating the calcium through osteoblasts and osteoclasts, and it did such a beautiful job painting it, like, painting the story, and I'm like, "That makes sense." It took me 10 minutes to read that versus re-listening to the
Whoa.
90-minute lecture twice.
Yo, that is a lesson on how to use AI as a tool
Yeah,
and not brain rot yourself,
yeah,
because that is a really smart way to do
yeah.
that. That's dope.
It helped I'm telling you, AI helped so much this semester. Even I mean, I was still studying those long days, but even
Yeah,
without that, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. This is a good lesson to anyone listening. When the reason I'm so skeptical of so many people, I've always been skeptical
Mhm.
about experts and stuff. And now knowing you and Carmen, when someone comes to me and they're like an expert on sports science
Uh-huh.
and or nutrition, and I'm like, "What is your background?" And they're like, you know,
Oh,
I know this shit, dog. I'm like, you don't know it. No,
yeah,
there's no way. Because I know how hard you guys study to
yeah.
know this shit, and I know how complicated all of this is. So, yeah, I think it's a good lesson for everyone on, like,
Yeah.
if you are listening to someone who is, Instagram educated only, like, no practical experience, like, they don't have to be, like, you know, in college necessarily, but it takes a lot to learn this stuff, and I think that's a valuable thing for people to hear is,
Yeah,
like, how hard you study to know how the body works because it is
yeah.
so complex. It's crazy, right? Like,
It is
it's fucking
insane.
nuts how some of this works.
Like, the class was miserable, but fuck, how cool is the human body? Like,
Yeah.
learning about it, like, it is the craziest thing,
Dude, you
and
don't gotta tell me I was so stoked when you were learning about diarrhea. I was
dude,
like, "Yo,
oh my
this
god,
is so
yeah.
cool."
Yeah, and, like, you just learn, like, how everything's regulated in there. It's just cool, it's just awesome, and I like yeah, so I don't know, and, talking about that, like, Buddy Morris talked at the Iron Cats clinic,
Yeah.
and one thing that
Buddy Morris is the strength coach
mhm,
for the Arizona Cardinals.
yeah, he's like a
Very famous. Very
like,
big guy.
legendary
Yeah.
because 'cause he's been in the field since the
Yeah,
'70s, right? Like,
forever. He's
um
so nice too.
yeah, such a cool dude. So Ben once went up to shadow him for like a day or two. And one thing Ben mentioned about him is like the dude's been in the field forever. If you go into his office, he has piles of papers that he's reading and books that he's currently reading. And like then he has piles of stuff he's already read and he's constantly like learning.
Yeah,
Like that's his thing. And then watching him talk at the clinic, it's like this dude is always learning.
yeah.
Like he's talking about again,
He's
he's
gotta be in his
older.
60s, right?
Yeah,
Late
he's
60s,
gotta be.
60s?
Yeah.
I don't wanna be disrespectful. He's 50. He's
I know, I
51.
think he's,
He's
like, in
50.
his
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
60s,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, again, he's been doing this since the '70s,
Yeah.
training athletes at the highest level, and he's still reading books, papers are just recently published,
Mhm.
he's contacting people to ask questions about it,
Whoa.
and he talks about from his own experience, he's like, "Reading these papers, like, they're so dense, like, they're not
Mhm.
easy papers." He's like, and I find myself like, "Fuck, having to read it again, asking people to, like, break it down for him," and he's still doing that, and I'm like, "This dude's fucking
That's
cool,"
so
like
sick.
yeah, so that's the really cool thing, like,
Yeah.
cause there
You can just
is
keep doing it
yeah,
forever.
yeah.
There's so much
There's
information
so
out there.
much, and
Like,
there's like,
yeah,
why wouldn't you wanna learn about that
that's how
stuff?
I feel. You know, this is a total tangent on that. A similar idea though. Kate, I heard something a while ago that was like some silly thing I heard on something, I don't know, probably some fucking stupid podcast I listened to. There was like after 35, the way you're like you are is like baked into you. It's like ingrained. And I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of someone telling me like this is how you are now.
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah.
well now I can't fucking do that. I have to be different. Yeah, I think I don't know, sometimes I am like, I wonder if that's real because I just meet so many people that like 40, 50, 60 that just seem done.
Mm,
Done learning, done experiencing, done trying to do stuff, like, they're
yeah,
just done, and I just don't understand that.
yeah,
Like, I feel like I just always wanna, like, learn new stuff. Like, hearing you say about Buddy is like, "Oh, fuck, I gotta get better at that."
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I gotta read more stuff.
yeah,
And, yeah, it's just like, why would you want to stop? And
right,
even, like, not even in your field, like, I could see myself getting attached to like, a totally different thing and just
right,
learning about that.
yeah,
And, like, I'm sure at some point in your life, you will also pick up something different.
right,
I'm sure he has. I'm
yeah,
sure he's gone down rabbit holes. Like, if he's
yeah,
been doing this since the '70s, I'm sure there's been years where he's just, like, on a tangential topic or a totally different topic that he's just, like, kind of obsessed with. Like, I bet if we asked him, he's got, like, some weird, maybe, like, history thing or, like you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
it's not yeah, it's just, like, you don't have to stop learning. There's so much stuff you
yeah,
can learn. So much stuff.
so
It
much.
will never end.
Yeah,
Never end at all, and that's fun. It seems really fun.
right. I don't know, I think there's so much out there. I think that's one thing is which I think is, like, my issue, though, with, like, career like, how my career path has gone. It's like engineering. It's like, "Oh, but then there's this. Oh, but then there's this."
Yeah.
Human body, though. That shit, like,
It's
you
pretty tight.
yeah,
It's pretty
that's
tight, huh?
it's
Yeah, but don't
crazy.
you think that makes you so well-rounded?
I do, like,
Like, if you lived in a
yeah,
hallway, your only experience is the hallway. You
yeah,
don't know what other stuff could be like, could decorate your hallway.
right,
If you were just down that one, it's like
yeah,
you wouldn't have the experience of so much other stuff to call upon. Like, I'm sure that your background in engineering and statistics is, like, super helpful for some of the stuff you're
yeah,
doing now, right?
yeah.
Like, super helpful.
Exactly, yeah, and it's oddly enough, it is, right? When it
Yeah.
comes to topics, like, because the human body is always regulating, and there's all these feedback loops, and the topic of, like, osmolarity is everywhere, especially with, like, GI tract, everything
Mhm.
is based on, like, concentration gradients and stuff,
Mm, mhm.
and that's literally chemical engineering. It's, like,
Oh, yeah.
feedback
Huh.
systems, designing how things are designed, how things regulate, optimizing things,
Very good.
osmolarity, concentration gradients, then, like, bioreactors and all that, so it's, like,
Yeah.
crazy. And then when, like, certain things, like, we did in this class had to do like, there was a math component to it,
Mhm.
which, like, a lot of physiologists and biologists fucking hate math. That's why they went
Oh,
to that science,
yeah.
right? Because like, they fucking hate physics and chemistry. So when those like, those topics came up, like, especially with renal physiology, learning about the kidney,
Yeah.
that was my shit. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
because I love math, so,
You're like, "Hey, guys, whoever needs help with math."
I'll teach the class
Yeah.
professor, take the day off tomorrow. I got this,
I got the math, dude.
yeah, so
Yeah, you do have the math.
yeah,
You've got that.
yeah.
We sat down for that lunch at Noble Hops to talk about, making, like, a recovery number,
Oh, yeah.
and,
I have the notes somewhere around
yeah,
here.
and was it that night you, like, sat down and like, "I pulled out some old textbooks and,
Yep, I think I have the
wrote an
notes
equation
here.
down real quick about how
Yeah,
we would do this."
yeah. And it's just so okay, so that's another thing too was, like yeah, like, all this math stuff
Yeah,
for yeah,
nuts, dude.
that was one thing with this course, right? And biology has always been like this because you have to memorize a lot. You have to learn a lot
Uh-huh.
of like pathways and memorizing the
Yeah,
names of
that's
different
true.
things, all these different hormones, all these different whatever, which takes time.
Mhm,
And I remember like when I took biology in high school and AP bio, and then I took college bio, then I took college biochemistry and like
mhm.
all these biology classes like, every time I've taken one, it takes me f***ing forever to, like, study. Engineering was never like, throughout my college time, like, when I had most of my classes were engineering
Mhm.
focused, chemistry, physics, barely studied because it's like it's more
Really?
math,
Yeah,
stuff
and
like
that
that, so it's
clicks
like
with you.
yeah, because it's like,
Oh, how
"Oh,
interesting,
here's,
yeah,
like, this formula, this is how the formula was derived, this is a thought process of why this works."
yeah.
Um, and then you apply it. That's
Yeah.
how the exams are. You apply it and all this, and it's like,
And so you're
okay,
like,
yeah.
"Yeah, I can
Yeah,
apply that."
yeah.
Yeah.
I learned the thing and I learned the thought process of how that came to be, and I could like reason my way through
Oh,
a
interesting.
thing. And then with like
Huh.
physiology and biology, it's like, okay, so discuss how this diabetes happens, a pathway involved, and I'm like, fucking Christ, like you
Yeah, you're
can't
like,
just
"Where are
like
the
I'm
equations?
like, can I
Someone give me
plug?
the
I can't
equation.
plug and chug. I have to fucking know this.
Where's my calculator?"
So I'm like, oh man. So it's a whole different like experience, and like my brain
Yeah.
processes it very
Mhm.
differently. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, but it seems like the thing that a lot of the physiology people are bad at, you're good at.
yeah.
Like,
Luckily,
all
so
of the
it's
like, running the studies, I feel like you would be good at. All the data that comes along with doing these
yeah,
studies is, like, in your wheelhouse,
yeah.
and
So
then managing all that data, you're like, "Oh,
yeah,
well, of course that's me.
and that's what
That's my shit, dude."
my professor. That's like what he uses me for. He's like here's all this data. So like
That's value
he's
right
and I'm
there,
like,
dude.
"Hey, man, whatever, just as long as I can get this degree, so I'm good." But he, like, totally uses me for that, and he knows I get it done quick too, so he'll, like, send it to me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Cool."
When you get your PhD, we're changing the name of this podcast to Unscripted Strength with Dr. Day
It's
and Ethan.
Doctor Day slash Ethan, we
Yes,
got this
like
together. He is also Doctor
no,
Ethan.
my god, no, just and Ethan, but you have to be Dr. Day.
No,
Dude, you have to.
no.
Why?
I feel like I go on rants about this to Marley, where I'm like, a doctor is such a high title that I hold for like physicians. Like
Yeah.
if you go to medical school,
Uh-huh.
which I know there's people who are like, well, PhDs are doctors and then medical school physicians are
Yeah, MDs,
physicians,
yeah.
MDs.
Yeah.
But it holds such a weight to
Mhm.
it. And I feel like PhD programs are all so different across different schools, across different programs. Like
Uh-huh.
someone's a doctor who did literally nothing.
Uh,
And then there's other people who are doctors who, actually went to a legitimate program.
mhm.
And then there are like medical doctors, which is like, for me, it's just like,
Doctors, that's a doctor.
those are doctors.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
deserve that
Yeah.
title.
I know what you're saying. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
So I just feel like I just would never, I don't know.
Dude, you gotta hold the mantle for, like, 6 months at least. You gotta walk up to new people and be like, "I'm Doctor Day."
Today.
And then when
No.
someone calls you Day, when an athlete calls you Day, it's like, "Oh, doctor. It's Doctor Day.
It's
Thank you very much." I can't fix you. I can tell you why you're shitting yourself.
I you could you know,
I
type
know what
in
phase you're in, but
eh,
I'm
ex
Doctor Day, you
exactly,
motherfucker.
yeah. Like, "Are you sleepy today?" "Luteal."
Yeah, salute face.
You're
See that?
luteal. What's the size of your tampon that you're using?
You
Yeah.
can't ask people that. Well, you probably could. You could probably get away with it.
Maybe I could get away with
Yeah.
just being a female.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you probably could. That would be so funny. If we did a video, you just walked up to people at the
Yeah.
gym and were like, "What size tampon do you typically use on day 1?"
Yep. I could tell you how you should be training.
"You're
Straight
sleepy
up.
as fuck. Eat some iron.
Yeah.
Have some spinach. Holy
Yeah.
fuck." But yeah, I think I said the same thing to Carmen. I was like, "I can only refer to you as doctor, like, at least the first 6 months.
No.
It has to be
Maybe, like, the
doctor."
first hour when I graduate and I'm, like,
No,
partying and, like,
sure.
super stoked.
It's doctor. It has to be. You earned it.
No, unless I go back to medical
Can I
school.
call you PhD Day? Can we put that on Unscripted Strength with PhD Day and Ethan? Do you see how that doesn't roll off the tongue at all?
Yeah,
PhD
but
Day,
unscripted strength with Day and Ethan. Dethan.
Dethan. PH Dethan. PH Dethan.
We do that, yeah, yeah.
That's the most unhinged way to do that. To get what I want by calling you doctor, to switch that to PH Dethan.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Okay. We'll do our segment that we normally do at the beginning, at the end, which is how's your
yeah,
training going?
yeah, yeah.
How's your training going?
Marvelous now.
Wonderful.
But
2
honestly
days out.
yeah,
It's
dude,
perfect.
yeah, it's perfect,
Back
I
to
love it.
7 days a
Yeah,
week. Fuck yeah, dude.
but leading up, like, the past few weeks, I was just, like, at that point, I was, like, chronically stressed, I was miserable, dying, and, like,
Yeah.
time was so limited.
Yeah.
My training was just what I could do. It's like,
Mhm.
and I actually was consistent. Like I still did everything I said I was gonna do, like program for myself. So that was cool. But I could just see like my performance and everything was going down. So like I checked the boxes
Mhm.
that I did everything. Like I still did my long runs. I still did this. But, I got weaker,
Mhm,
I got slower,
mhm.
and I was tired the whole time.
Yeah,
So it's
that
like,
checks out,
yeah,
honestly.
it was just checking the boxes and
Yeah,
for mental sanity, truly. Now, this week, it's been great.
yeah,
I feel really good. Even I feel it in my training. I
yeah,
feel like stronger, more capable, more just enthusiastic to train.
yeah,
And I don't feel like training's getting in the way of anything. I'm not like, fuck, I need to go train, but this or that. It's like, oh yeah, I get to train now.
yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
train. It's gonna be sick. Hell yeah.
It's like, "Oh, I wanna fuck around and do this? Sure." So, I've just been kinda fucking around this week, just vibing. So,
Hell yeah. That's
yeah.
great, dude.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I know that yeah, that's good. I think it's wild that you were able to get to check those boxes still at that stress load. It's very impressive.
I don't think it was a smart move,
Sure,
but
sure, I get
yeah.
that. I understand why you say
Yeah.
that, but there's something about that that is like, just check the box. Just check it. Not in like,
Yeah.
do you know Andy Glaze is?
No.
He's a ultra marathon runner. You gotta look him up. He's
Okay.
so sick. He is the polar opposite of what David Goggins is,
Okay.
and he's just like the sweetest, nicest, one most wonderful guy to follow on Instagram. He
Andy
just
Glaze?
Yeah, Andy Glaze.
Oh,
AM Glaze, I think is his Instagram. If you're listening to this, please go follow him. He's a ultramarathon runner. He just did the Cocodona 250
okay.
for the 6th time. No crew, no pacers. Firefighter. I think he's doing this challenge where he's like run over 100 miles for like the last however many weeks. It's crazy. He just put a book out called Smile, which I wanna get, and it is just the opposite of how David Goggins does his stuff. Oh, it's like, "You're a little bitch, you gotta do more,"
Yeah.
and his is like, "You just gotta be nice to yourself." Like, he's so
Yeah.
kind and sweet and, like, nice to himself and forgiving. His wife seems like a really like, just sweet it's like the whole community just thinks he's, like, the dopest guy.
Yeah.
It's like just thinking about how much work you've done this semester is like well, I don't know how hard you are on yourself, but it seems like some of those moments for the lifts, you're just like, "I'm just gonna get this done." It's just going to get done.
Yeah.
And, like, even the amount of studying you do,
Yeah.
like, hearing you say that and then, like, not comparing myself because I think that, like, fucks with my own head, but, like, thinking about how much work you do and just, like, you must have take the attitude of, like, "I just need to get this done." It just needs to get done. Like, is there friction in your head ever when you go to do it, or are you just like, "This just needs to get done?" And then you're just, like, moving in that direction, so that's what it is.
Yeah. I have the mentality of, just needs to get done. It's there. I'm taking this course, it needs to get done.
Y
But I'm not gonna say that I do that without complaining.
Yeah,
The
complaining is not even the
um,
thing I'm asking. It's
yeah.
like, is there ever
Whether it's, me tossing up, "Should I do this or should I
Yes.
not?"
Like, is it hard to shift into gear?
Yeah. Um,
Or are you just like, "This is what needs to get done?"
this is what needs to get done for the most part.
Bro, what
There is
are
there
you?
there is very little where I'm like, "Should I should I take today off? Blah, blah, blah." The moments where I do have that are towards the end, because I know there's an
Oh.
end, right? I knew that my last exam was May 11th,
Uh-huh.
and towards the end, I'm like, "It's the test is tomorrow, what is this few hours gonna do?" Everything leading up to
Dude,
it,
that's crazy.
everything leading up to the semester, it was like, "I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done."
Yeah.
2 days out, but, I wanna say Saturday and Sunday, I'm like, "I'm so close, why does it even matter?"
Whoa.
That's where I
Well,
start
I mean,
having
the
that.
truth of it is, like, if you didn't study on Saturday or Sunday, do you think it would've affected the outcome?
I didn't study on Saturday. I felt great, but
Hell yeah,
I
dude.
also slammed myself with studying on Sunday
Sure.
to make
Sure,
sure
sure,
for
sure.
that. Mm, b Yeah, don't deserve it. But a reason to that too is, I scheduled everything so precisely to give myself, room in case something happened.
Mhm.
Sure as shit, we did a 5K on Saturday.
Oh, that's right, yeah, yeah.
Marley didn't, it was just so hot out. They
Yeah.
started late and there was, pure sun,
Oh,
and then Marley PR'd, she did great.
hell yeah.
She PR'd, she,
How fast you
pushed.
do it?
Huh?
How fast you go?
It was like a 7:40 pace.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
dude, that's
yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
so she PR'd, she did great, and we finish and our body temperature's elevated,
Mhm.
and she's not heat tolerant. And then, from then on, we ate a big fat burrito. Her metabolism now is kicked up. Her
Yeah.
body's not cooling down because it's like, oh, metabolism. Like we just turned on our pathways for that.
Oh,
S-
interesting.
And then after
I'm
like,
learning new things in this conversation,
yeah.
to
And
be
so
fair.
like, so now it's like heat, just direct heat from exercise. Then you're
Yeah,
now adding a fucking fatty burrito. Your
which
body's
makes
trying to,
sense. It's gotta
yeah,
heat up to cook
exactly.
the fucking burrito down.
Exactly, didn't take any electrolytes after all of the sweat loss, which she's not a big sweater, but at the end of that
Uh-huh.
race, she was sweating, so now
Yeah.
there's that loss that wasn't replenished, and so, once, like, noonish rolled around, she's like, "I'm not feeling good,"
Oh,
and
no.
then from then on, it was, like, throwing up the rest of the day.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
it's happened before, same type of scenario,
Yeah.
right? Hard run in the heat, started a little later in the day towards the beginning of Tucson summer.
Whoa.
So, my day was just kinda checking in on her, making
Yeah.
sure that she was okay and all that. I had a really bad headache after the run. I fucking drank like a sip of Pedialyte and I came back to life. Um
Dude, I just don't know what you're made of. You don't have to shift into gear. You just wake up and you're like, maybe you're a robot. Have you ever tested that? Fucking Terminator.
Maybe,
They
yeah.
lost you on the planet, and instead of turning into a killing machine, you
Yeah.
just were like, "I'm gonna go to school, I guess. This would be
I
sick, dude."
guess it's all I'm good for. I need to go to school. I need to be a student forever.
I had a sip of Pedialyte, and I was chilling. Pedialyte and a
Oh,
Diet Coke, and I was pretty much
that
ready to
was
run
pretty
another
good,
race.
But yeah, so yeah, she's it's just crazy, like, what the heat can do, and, like,
Yeah,
how different people are tolerated how they
yeah.
can tolerate heat.
Fucking
Um,
yes. I lost it.
yeah.
I had, I wasn't a heat stroke, I had, like, a heat event
Mm.
working construction. I spent
Yeah.
too much time in an attic in the summer working,
Yeah.
and, I was working on in my toolbox, I was putting shit away, and I'm,
Mhm.
like, in the sun. It's, like, 112 out.
Yeah.
I'm like, "I just gotta get this shit away. I gotta get to block to work."
Yeah.
And I'm on like, pressed against this toolbox that's black, it's super hot, and I'm, like, borderline nauseous, it's so hot, and then I start shivering and feel cold, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, fuck," and, like, ran inside and then I had, like, ice water, and I dumped that out for, like, room temperature water because
Uh-huh.
I have this thought in my head that you're not supposed to, like, slam a bunch of ice water. I don't know why, but
Mhm.
so I'm, like, just, like, drinking water slowly, like, grab me a Gatorade. Uh, that happened, and then, like, the next month, I was building a fence. It was must have been, like, late July, and it was, like, 114 out and had just rained, so it was super humid. I swear to God, the entire day, the clouds parted where I was working, and the sun was just fucking baking me, and I was so hot, and the same thing happened, like, towards the
Yeah.
end of the day. I think I'd gone through, like, almost 2 gallons of water, just, like,
Yeah.
drinking just pouring on myself. The fucking water from the hose is hot, I'm hot, and then same thing, I, like, got home and was just, like, shivering, and
Yeah.
then since then, if I get too hot, I get a really gnarly headache, and I just start to, like, shut down. I don't sweat as fast anymore, like, it fucks
Yeah.
me up, and it hasn't fixed, it has not gone back, and I just,
Yeah.
like, lost my
Y
tolerance for heat. This summer, I'm gonna try to build it back, but it was, like,
It's
literally I would go play golf,
yeah.
and the moment it starts to get too hot, just piercing headache, can't focus, done. I'm like, "Well, that's it. It's over.
Yeah.
I can't do this
It's
anymore."
just so crazy. Yeah, and then I texted, like, Carmen and Jacob, and, Jacob also, I think, hit a PR, and I think Carmen did too. It was PR City. Again, we all finished in the in the sun and all that, and they were fine too.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just nuts, but,
Did you ask, Marley what phase she was in?
I sh I should've.
Must be luteal right
Yeah,
now.
she might be,
Might be luteal.
um,
Probably was luteal.
you know what, maybe follicular,
There
who
you go.
knows? I know all about my phases. Yeah, yeah, it's just nuts, it's crazy. I know with, the triathlon girls, like, when I've, kinda managed their heat training,
Mhm.
because they were doing a race in Florida, so they
Yuck.
were kind of preparing for that. So
Mhm.
we did that in April, May timeframe. This was last year, and just doing simple things like sitting in a sauna
Mhm.
for 10 minutes 3 times a week, like, And then if you're gonna, like, train in the heat,
Yeah,
do, like, a super easy training,
yeah.
like, for 30, 40 minutes or something like that, but, like, walking on a treadmill in heat,
Ugh.
which kinda explains why I'm tolerated to it because I work out in the garage a lot. I don't work out with AC.
Oh,
So
that makes
that's
sense.
yeah. So, like, I do that, and I'll do easy training, like, just lifting in the garage, right?
Mhm.
Like, that right there is gonna get hot. I like it, like, I like the heat, and I think I've just tolerated to it.
Yeah.
But there was one person I know who came to visit me years ago in Tucson, and just simply existing in Tucson got heat tolerance. It was, like, July timeframe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, just got heat illness,
Yeah.
like, just simply existing here.
Couldn't be here.
Yeah.
That's kinda
And then I
funny,
was just like it
honestly.
was my, ex-sister-in-law, and it was just crazy because 'cause I'm like, "Bro, you can never live with us. Like, you cannot move out here. Like, this will literally kill you." It was insane.
Yeah.
Poor
Our
girl.
dude, our new coach, Tyler, fucking just, like, the other day, it must've been, like, 98 out, and at noon, like, 11 noon, he got off between his shifts, and, I was in running on our new treadmill. We got the Assault treadmill or
Oh,
whatever,
shoot,
yeah,
I
from
didn't know
Joseph.
that.
Um, and, I, like, did, like, a 30-minute run on the treadmill, and, he comes up, he's a good shit talker, and was just giving me a hard time, was like, "Oh, what are you doing inside?" I was like, "Oh, it's fucking hot." He's like, "Oh, it's great. I just went for a 4-mile run," and just turned and walked away. I was like, "Fuck you, dude." It was like 90. He's like, "It was pretty nice outside, but enjoy your run on the treadmill."
Yeah.
Ah, damn it. It's like, "Fine, I'll go fucking run right now. You wanna do 5 miles?"
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Okay, my training is, normal. We're, signed up for a
Yeah,
Ragnar,
yeah,
which
that's
is
super
sick.
exciting.
So that's our next, not another High Rocks. We're doing a Ragnar
Mhm.
team relay race, and there's no obstacles, right? It's just a
Yeah, it's
trail
just
run.
running, yeah.
So it's in Fort McDowell, which is in Prescott.
I believe so.
Yeah, and glad you signed us up and you don't know where it is.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just Googled Ragnar Race, Arizona.
That checks out, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, but it is a 24-hour relay, right?
Mhm.
And each of us has to run 15.1 or 2 miles or something over that time. So everyone, like, one person goes, one person goes, one person goes, and then it's just like a round robin of who finishes. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna be training for. And I
'Cause I think we have to run 7 to 8 miles at a time. So we do it twice? I don't
I
know.
thought we did it 3 times. Because in my head, all I did, because you could be right, was
I don't know.
all I in my head, it's like, it's 15 miles, there's 8 of us, and it's 24 hours. So if I just do some quick maths
Mm,
there, I have to do it 3 times, right?
no idea.
8 of us 3 times is
Oh, in
24
24
hours.
hours?
Yeah,
Is it 24 hours?
I
Or is
thought so. Or is it 2
says
days?
it says 2 days, 1 night on the thing.
Oh, well, then that's even easier. I saw that and was like, "This doesn't seem that hard," which I must be missing something, because
Uh,
I feel like I'm dumb enough, like, if you right now, you were like, "Hey, let's go do this crazy race this weekend.
you would go for it?
I need you to run 4.6 miles every 8 hours for, like, 2 days, 1 night." I would be like, "Fuck, set let's do it.
Let's do it,
I can
yeah.
do it. I just need some, like, ice, Advil, and some, like, K-tape for my ankle. Let's fucking ship it. I'll get it done."
2 days, 1 night.
That's what I saw too.
Okay. 121 total miles, which doesn't sound like a lot.
No. If you're still listening to this,
Miles
it's
total.
probably Carmen. If you're not Carmen and you're still listening to this, shout out Carmen. An adult that is like, "Oh, I can't sign up for these races or these events," you absolutely should, and you should find people to do it with if you like fitness stuff or just, like, experiencing new stuff, because neither of us have any idea. We're Googling what we're gonna do because we don't even know. But just, like, just do it. It's not as like, even our high rocks, like, we were doing that high rocks and there was, like, sons with their mom,
Yeah,
like,
that was
they were
so
just, like,
sweet.
normal ass people, like, we're fitness professionals in the industry, but we're not, like, actively super training for anything. And, yeah, I think more people, I think that's really cool, like, the block we're doing, the bench press competition.
Yeah,
Dude, the amount of fun
yeah,
everyone had was crazy. And it also, like, I had this notion from people I listened to online that older people shouldn't do 1 rep maxes, and just kinda out the door with that.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like I remember Andy Galpin talking about it one time and being like, I think, maybe I'm misquoting him here, but was like, I don't really see that big of a difference between a 3 rep max and a 1 rep max
Mm,
in terms of, like, risk injury, and if anything, a 3 rep max is, like, way more fatigue inducing.
yeah.
Like, now you have to manage a load that's, like, 90%,
Yeah.
92.5%,
Oh,
something like that,
trust.
for
Yeah.
multiple reps
Yeah.
versus, like, just warm up. For these people, like, for the deadlift, I'm not gonna push them like, for most of them, I'll probably have them do reps where they can maintain relatively normal form as compared to, like, a 60%, you
Mhm.
know? Like, I'm not gonna some powerlifters, when they get on the platform, they're just fucking dirty.
Yeah.
Like, they're just going for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's an ER or PR moment, and I'm just gonna have these people, like, push it, but not, like nothing nuts, like, no
Yeah.
fucking, like, ugh,
Yeah.
hitching shit. Yeah, just watching, like, a bunch of people. We had a 17-year-old all the way up to a 73-year-old
That's
compete,
cool.
and dude, they just had a blast, and
Yeah.
they had so much fun training, and
Mhm.
we're like, I've never had this much fun training. So many people have talked to me about that,
Mhm.
and it's like, yeah, because most of the time we're training, it's like, just checking the box.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
nothing I'm checking this box for,
Yeah.
and then after a few months, everyone gets to that place where they're like, "What am I fucking checking this box for?"
Right.
You know? Because even though they know they see results in the mirror, it's just like, "Okay, I don't
Yeah.
feel better about myself," because you never were going to anyway. I just yeah, it just
Yeah.
provided so much fun. So, like, doing these like this Ragnar,
It's so fun,
it,
yeah.
like, makes me wanna train more because I'm like, "Well, first of all, I have to fucking show up," and the last time I showed up at a High Rocks, didn't go great. I suck at running is what Day and I figured out, and, yeah, I just I was like, well, first of all, the people I'm running with, I'm currently the worst runner. Who's the other single? It's
Uh,
me and
Blake.
Blake. Is
Blake.
Blake a good runner?
He just started and he's actually pretty good.
Fuck you, Blake. Send
He
this to Blake.
he said
Blake,
he's
I think I've met you once or twice, maybe. Fuck you, Blake.
I'll clip
How
it for
big is
him.
he?
Huh?
How big is he? Not as a shade, I'm a big boy.
I don't know how tall he is. He's not like a super tall dude, maybe 5'8", 5'9".
Fuck. Yeah, god damn.
He sent Marley, like, a screenshot the other day. He ran I forget how many miles or
God,
minutes.
I don't know what you're
Quite
about
a
to say,
bit
but I don't like this
quite a
already.
bit, like, it was a long run, for sure, and I wanna say it was, like, 60 minutes. Either 60 minutes or 6 miles, one of the 2.
Why am I so bad at
Um,
running,
and
Day?
his average heart rate was, like,
I don't wanna hear it.
it was zone 2 the whole time.
Fuck
And he just started, and I'm like, "Motherfucker."
Blake, we're on the same team, and, that's great and all, but please don't make me the worst runner. I'm already like, it's you and Marley,
Me and Marley,
Joseph and Krill, and Carmen and Jacob,
yeah.
and then me and Blake. I'm 8, dude. I'm number 8. I can't lift. The lifting doesn't matter. I'm stronger than everyone. This is a foot
Yeah.
race. I'm
What
fucked.
we could every time you swap the runners, we'll
1
have,
rep.
like you have to
Yeah.
do, like, a 1 rep deadlift or
Like
something right
like
there.
like we talked about with High Rocks, how it
Y
should be. In
yeah.
between, it's like, fuck the lunges. Go hit a 3 RM back squat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you gotta let us know you're 1 RM,
Do that.
and then you gotta go
Exactly.
hit a 3 RM and then go run a kilometer.
Yeah. We could
Now,
easily bring a barbell and stuff.
fuck yeah. My only goal is to not be number 8.
Who is gonna be the new number
I don't
8?
give a
It might be
fuck.
me.
No
Fuck
way,
you.
dude.
Fuck you for
There's no
making
way it's
me
gonna be
number 8.
you. Let's try to make it Joseph. We gotta make Joseph number 8, dude. We gotta make that motherfucker
We all have a
pay.
secret run club that he doesn't know about. We go together, we train together on the track, we do speed workouts together. Joseph has no idea.
We bring Kirill too,
Yeah,
and he doesn't
yeah,
even
'cause he's
know.
no grill with Joyce. Fuck yeah,
We
I'm
just
down.
dust him, dude. We're like, "Oh, we're all running like a 6:50 pace on the trail.
Yeah.
What are you at? A 10." That's okay. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have someone speed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about
You
you're
know what?
good, dude.
I'll just even though I just finished my run, I'll go
I'll
with
take yours.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I'll
pace
go
you.
with you
Yeah, I'll
and
pace
pace
you. What
you.
do you run, like a 12? Great, I'll pace you. Be like a cool down for me,
Yeah.
for my next one. No, that my w when we signed up, I was like, "Fuck, dude, I am the worst runner in this group by so far,
Mm. Oh,
by
really?
so much, dude." And I'm just gonna say that it's because 'cause I'm so much heavier than everyone. That's the only thing I have.
I mean, you do have quite a bit of strength.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
I mean, it's like if we should all do the deadlift competition together.
I dust
And then
everybody.
I know, that's what I'm
I
saying.
but what do they say if my aunt had wheels, she'd be a bike? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, dude.
I'm, like, trying to process that quote, like, "What?"
There's a yeah, if my aunt had wheels, she'd be a bike. That's what you're saying. You're like, "Yeah, yeah, it's cool you can't run at all, but you are super strong."
Hey, man,
That's not gonna help
I
me.
think we do in that group, I do think we have, like, a few, like, really good runners, and then everyone beyond those is pretty much pretty close. Like,
Yeah,
whether you're the worst or not,
I'm the
it's
worst.
like
You can say that, it's
you're
fine.
pretty close to everyone else that's not in the top 3. There's, like, the top 3, and then everyone else is pretty much, like,
There's
really
no way you're
li
not in the top 3.
I'm not in the top
How?
dude,
What was
I
your run right now? What was the pace?
it was like a 9-minute mile.
For how long?
Okay.
How hard was that?
RPE 6?
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
like,
take that.
pretty moderate,
I'll
yeah.
accept that. I'll accept.
Yeah, see, like, I'm not a fast runner. I'm telling you right now, I have 1 speed only.
Yeah, that's
That
fair.
speed is what's whether I'm doing that 5K or a fucking half marathon, that's it. That's it, baby.
That's so funny.
Yeah, she's been, getting a lot faster and her speed's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's Jacob and then
Dude,
Kirill.
Jacob, that motherfucker, dude. I hope
I haven't
Carmen
seen
watches
him run.
this. D
There was at the 5K, but I just imagine he floats.
Dude,
He just looks like a
the
floater runner.
me, Carmen, and Jacob went on a easy run.
Mhm. Does he float?
All Carmen
I
and
feel like
I
he's
are
light
doing
on
like
his
an
feet.
11, a 10:30:11 pace.
Mhm.
Dying. The bus of struggle has taken us. Jacob is running backwards talking to us.
The disrespect.
And then was like, "I'm not a good runner, guys," while both of us are dying.
Mhm.
Now, Carmen is currently better than me, so I'm not gonna say she's still at my level. Sucks to suck. But, yeah, Jacob's sneaky good. He's sneaky, and then he's so he's so like, "Aw."
Yeah, he PR'd that run.
Do you know what his PR was?
I don't. Him and Marley finished, like, 10 seconds away from each other.
Yeah, he's a good runner.
Yeah, so, like, he finished and, like, a few seconds later, Marley,
So he's sub 8, he's in the 7s
yeah, yeah,
somewhere,
he's sub 8,
doing like a 22-minute 5K.
something like that.
Yeah, that's not
It was, like,
normal.
23 and then Marley yeah.
I'm the average for 5Ks is 10-minute pace, 30 minutes, 30 to
Yeah,
33.
it's pretty good.
Yeah. No, that's the center of the bell curve.
Is it?
I believe so,
Yeah,
yes.
but the bell curve also includes, like, elite runners and all that, so that's pretty good.
Oh my god, dude. I appreciate your cope. I do. I appreciate your cope. No, my only goal is to not be the worst on this run. I honestly don't give a fuck who's the worst. If it's you, tough shit, dude. That's
Fuck
your
you
fucking problem.
then.
That's not my problem. But my big
I'm gonna
ass,
be so stress-free leading up to this race, I'm gonna be floating. I wanna be like Jacob and float.
dude. I had the thought the other day. I was like, okay, what if okay, 1 day a week of lifting, I drop like 35 pounds and just fucking
You might just
full
drop
send runner
35
boy.
pounds from, like, just running
God, dude,
and then training for
I
it.
would be I tell Joseph all the time that there's a couple guys I follow, some powerlifters that talk about how men should not be in the victim weight, which is anything 200 pounds or less. So anytime Joseph and I are talking about things he's better at than me, I'm like, yeah, but just remember, you're a victim,
Yeah.
and that's okay. I'm not, sitting at 220. I'm no victim over here. All right, so fucking relax.
Uh,
Or every time he does pull ups, I'm like, how the fuck do you? I'm like, yo, whoa, fucking put on a weight vest and do that, fucking dumbass. If
uh,
you knew what it was like to be me, Joseph.
yeah, yeah. That's how I am when, like, someone, like, runs faster than me. It's like, "Listen, you don't got sickle cell. I barely get oxygen to
Honestly,
my
dude,
body."
what a good. That's a
Like,
great one.
I'm literally running deoxygenated.
You're telling people I'm too fat, and you're like, I have sickle cell,
Literally, my blood cells cannot carry oxygen. I'm running as if, like, there's an
and I'm still beating you. Well, now it takes it away if I beat you in this
no,
fucking.
I become a victim to the sickle cell. I use it as a crutch
Oh, okay.
so
Yeah.
hard, yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm fine.
guys, I'm just sick.
Fine. I
Alright,
just
I'll be okay.
I just
Pull a
use it
cane out,
yeah.
it's okay, I'm
It's just
fine.
when I don't win, and then I pull that card
Yeah.
out.
You can pull it out on both sides, though. You can win and be like, "Isn't it embarrassing that I beat you
Yeah,
and I
it's,
have
like,
sickle cell?"
crazy.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks. I'm Doctor Day. Thank you. And then if you lose, you're like,
Actually, I think I need to go to the ER. I might be having an episode.
"That's so funny." Oh my god. Alright. Should we call it?
We should call
Should
it
we
'cause
do our
I
ending?
see your thing is, dying. So that's our sign.
Perfect. How long have we been going for?
I think, like, 90 minutes,
We
maybe?
really?
Probably something like that,
Oh
yeah.
my god, we had to catch up.
Yeah.
Okay, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you
Yeah.
for watching. Share it with people, interact with it, send it to someone. We want this to grow, so if you don't fucking do that, it's not gonna do anything,
Yeah.
and then nothing bad will happen probably. But we would appreciate it if you shared it with people, so please,
Yes.
just hit the share button and send it to someone.
Yeah.
I don't care. And Diet Coke whenever you're ready. We have a few followers, and we don't post regularly right now, but there's 3 of us, 2 doctors. You can sponsor 2 doctors. No, I'm not a doctor, dude, it's you and Carmen, who's gonna
Yes.
take my seat anyway, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, DJ Cheeks. Hey.
Doctor DJ
Doctor
Cheese. Oh,
DJ
that's
Cheeks,
so
dude, hell
good.
yeah, I hope she
Yeah.
got to this part. Carmen, if you got to
Yeah.
this part, we're gonna clip it. Doctor DJ Cheeks is not taking my throne,
Yeah.
but that's it. Any parting words?
I think that's it. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Boom.
Alright. Perfect.
Damn, that was a
I'm glad
long
it
one.
lasted. I just charged it today, so like, right before you got here, so I was hoping that